live Moment of Harmony. We are here on a Sunday morning. It is a Sunday moment. Y'all know I'm always super grateful for the love and all of the. I'm just adjusting this while I'm talking. Don't mind me. Y'all know that I'm always grateful for the love and the flexibility, the grace, okay, the mommy mercy of a Sunday moment. So thank you so much for joining me and being here. I just want to make sure our angles. Yeah, I get so weak when it comes on. It just don't mind me. So yes, I always just get so excited about a Sunday moment and just what it takes for us as a family, as a community to really come through, right? To come through on a Sunday. Sundays are time for family, times for renewals, some practices, rituals, traditions. You know what I'm saying? Sundays normally are a time for people. So if you took the time out to be with me on a moment of harmony, on a Sunday and had some great, good old fashioned mommy mercy for me, I am super duper grateful for you. What a weekend, okay? But we are here. Hey, Mr. Carter. Okay, we are here and we are well. We are moving all the way through, and I am so excited to get all into the moment today. Now, I'm on my way to a tea party. Okay, it's my tea party dress. A birthday party for my sister. Shout out to happy birthday for Cherish. And I will be hosting it today. So I'm going to be moving quite expeditiously because we have a long way to travel and I have a lot to do when I get there. But I was like, we're not going to miss a moment. Y'all know it's going to be very rare occasion that we miss our moments, right? These moments are what we need. So we're not going to miss a moment. We are in manifestation moments. We are manifesting more. We are counting down to the door of my 40th birthday all together. We are all, because I'm in my last year of my 30s. You guys are in the last year of a lot of things. And we are putting a lot of things to rest, throwing away a key of things no longer needed, no longer serving us. And we are going towards greater and more. We are manifesting our what we deserve and what we desire. Okay, so we are moving in that direction and we have been moving. Okay, there have been a number of manifestation moments at this point in time, and I'm super proud and happy of all the work that we've done. um this week made 6 months. I'm 6 months away from 40. We are 6 months away. And I'm saying that not so everybody can remember my birthday, but I'm wanting you to realize and keep in mind how close you are to your breakthrough, how close you are to your next chapter, okay? How close you are to the next level of self, a new version of yourself. We started this a while, 6 months ago, beginning to manifest more for ourselves, having tools and perspective shifts and things that we needed in order to truly and accurately become better and more. Peace and welcome and thank you so much. I'm so happy. And shout out to all my top fan badge owners. Y'all are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, yeah, so we started out, and that was only 6 months ago, and bam, you know what I'm saying? 2025 came in, and we're here. And you are that much closer to everything you are looking for. You are that much closer to recognizing and coming into another version of yourself. And I just want to say, hey, yeah, go on, brush your shoulders off, okay? Uh, Light workers is, too. Go on, brush your shoulders off. We up in here doing good things. So I'm just so proud of your growth and your development. And I am blessed. Thank you all for asking for the love and for all of the empowerment in the chat. You guys are so awesome. And let's get all up into this moment. Now, my moments have, because it's going to be kind of a quicker moment, okay? My moments have been curated around my moments have been curated loosely around a lot of my research as it pertains to The Secret, documentaries, movies, books, those types of things. I studied them greatly as it pertains to the laws of attraction, and then I've been creating my manifestation moment series loosely around these subjects and these areas of focus, and then just giving us some more developmental tools and some more insight into how we can utilize them practically, how we can have them daily, how we can make them work for us. So we're going to get all up into that today. Now, because the moment is live, I am not always able to answer questions or I get into some deeper dialogue as some people would like. So I'm always available for DMs or inboxing, however you choose, on Instagram for Third Eye Therapist. So that's third THIRD _IEYE _ therapist. RAPIST. That is if for serious inquiries, if you're wanting healing sessions, if you are wanting more understanding, or if you're wanting to share what it is you feel and think about our moments, please feel free to do so there, as well as Messenger under Harmonie Davis, HARMONIE DAVIS. But in the moment, I got to keep it moving, Joe. You know what I'm saying? I got to go. So I really, really appreciate you. Much love and light to you always. So, um, today's episode, a well of wellness, okay? Well of wellness. Um, I want us to, so I have so many things. I'm gonna have to, y'all know my brain. So I'm gonna have to go boop, 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 okay? Because I have so many, when it comes to the well of wellness, again, we're gonna read the excerpt out of The Secret of my little calendar book that I have. And then we're gonna go into the subject matter of a well of wellness, being able to have access to an abundance of wellness within self, and how that helps us moving towards manifestation, how that helps us towards our better selves, how having such a resource inside of self keeps us moving, without stalling, without delays, towards what we're looking for, right? It helps us to break some of those barriers to get closer to the breakthroughs, okay? And we're on our way there. Listen, you guys are on your way there. I've been reading your comments that you've been inboxing and DMing. I've been listening to your stories. Thank you for sharing, okay? And you guys are doing great work. So let's keep it up, because there is a new, brand new version of you waiting on the other side of this Manifestation Moment series. And wait until I share all with you, all that's been manifesting for me and how things have been unfolding. I am moving kind of quietly because I see how it's happening. And sometimes you just gotta let them, let the magic work. Okay, you just gotta let it work. And then you come back and say, look, let me share. So we're gonna do that. Promise you. This is what I promise. By the time we get to February 7th, which will be our closing um, moment of harmony for this series, not Moment of Harmony is not ending. We ain't going nowhere. But for this series, Manifestation Moments, that will be the last one. And by the time we get there, wait and see. That's all I have to say is wait and see. We're doing great things for ourselves and each other, and then we're bringing all this energy together with like-mindedness. We're believing in one another, we're praying for one another, we're lifting each other up, and it is bringing us, taking us closer to where it is we're trying to go. So let's keep going. Okay, let's keep going, growing, and glowing. We got this. Now, well of wellness. Okay, I'm going to read this excerpt, and then we're going to jump right all up into this moment. So bear with me. And again, I'm reading out of The Secret calendar book by Daily Teachings of The Secret by Rhonda Byron. And it says, according to the law of attraction, according to the law of attraction, the path to eradicating disease is not to fight it. Oh, we gotta listen. Is not to fight it. If you decide you are going to fight a disease, your focus is on fighting the disease. And we attract what we are focusing on. Allow the doctors you have chosen to do their work and keep your mind focused on well-being. Think thoughts of well-being. Speak words of well-being and imagine yourself completely well. This was super duper dope, and I wish I had like the whole hour, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. We were leaning, put my whole hand in your face, okay? I wish that I had the whole hour to really get into this one, because this is a major, massive one. Because when it comes to manifestation, I really think that we don't really understand how much of a constant process it is to visualize, verbalize, and initiate from self, from the center of self. And it is constant. It is in every thought you have. It is in every word it is in every word you speak. It is in every act. It is in everything you consume. You are creating the entire time. And sometimes we think it's just like when we get back home, and we may have an altar or vision boards or things like that. We think that it's when we're in some sacred space, outside of the sacred space we already are. We think that we're got to be around a certain people or some guru or some, Walimu type of thing. And it's really you. You are the temple. You are making it happen. You are the sacred space. You are the divine, walking divinity. What does Beyonce's song say? Living word, right? This is you, right? And so when we get sidetracked and we start to get into places of worry and fear, we don't understand that we are writing that script as well. We are writing that we are creating that as well. And so I love this because it's saying when you are fighting something, if you are sick and you begin to fight the sickness, your focus is the sickness, what you grow is the sickness. But if your focus is your wellness, okay, that's why we're going to get into a well of wellness. And I want us to really be able to get into how we're going to utilize and create a well of wellness today. Okay, so when your well is wellness, you don't want drive. When your well is wellness, you will not succumb to the things that are not written for you, do not serve you, that are not in place for you specifically. So let's get that all done, right? And excuse me for the rush, okay? Well of wellness, okay. When we are understanding that our thoughts, our mind, our body, our spirit, that our mental capacity must be a well of wellness, we understand that our outlook is our outcome. So a lot of times we see an outcome or we hear an outcome that someone has presented to us. Again, like in the excerpt, someone may be sick, or someone may tell you, you don't have enough money for something, or you may not feel like you have the time and space to start a new career, or what have you. And so if someone has painted a picture for you about what the worst case scenario is, what the worst possible outcome is, understand that that is a projection, an external projection. External projections are not real. If we can get our minds around that, as it pertains to manifesting, as it pertains to moving closer and deeper towards what truly serves us. I don't care if it's your parents, your teachers, your pastor, your minister, professor, whomever, your great great granny, okay? External projections are not real simply because you are the temple. You are the waymaker. You are the writer, right? Because Jinyame, you are one with God. You are one with creation. That means the power that is invested in you has authority over your life and your path. What you speak is authority over your life. What you envision is authority over your future. What you heal from, what you work towards, is authority over your past, right? Over where you've come from. When we relinquish that authority to others based on what they say, think, or understand externally, it is false. You cannot be on the outside of anything and fully understand it. Yes, you can analyze it. Yes, you can get into your theories and ideas about it. But until you become a thing, until you become your theory, until you become your realities, until you become your teachings, until you become your vocations, your passions, you do not understand them thoroughly inside and out. And that is the same thing with you. There are people that have gone to school to read your body, but not your future. There are people that have gone to school to read your finances, but not your destiny. Okay? So you have to be able to keep in mind that you know what you know. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate you as a resource and a tool for me understanding where I am and where I want to go. But no one knows the story that I'm in more than me. No one understands this journey more than me. And no one has the authority to write out this outcome. So the outcome that you projected is a projection. It is your opinion. It is, even if it's scientific, you know what I'm saying? It is what you have seen from your experiences, and your experiences are not me. They are general, what you are projecting to me, and now I am divine, right? You've given me a general projection. I have a divine direction now that I must move into. So the outcome that you made, these are the possible outcomes, right? You may not be able to afford school anymore, or you may not be able to get married, you may not be able to have children. These are outcomes that are projected externally, and thank you for your thoughts. But they are just that. Thank you for your research, right? But research has never, thank you for what it is that you've looked into and you've studied who I am. That's what research is. You're studying what I actually am. One of us is studying, one of us is being. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So the outcome is your outlook. Point blank, plain and simple. It won't mean that you'll have in and outs to go through. It won't mean that there won't be doubt. It won't mean that there. It doesn't mean that there won't be fractures. It doesn't mean that you won't have to cry. You won't have to grow. You won't have to try. You won't have to seek. But what I am saying is how it turns out is greatly dependent on how you turn in. Okay? So outlook is your outcome. Secondly, when it comes to the well of wellness, be a river of wellness. Marvin Sapp has a song that I love. I gotta think about it. I have a river flowing deep down in me. No, I have a river flowing inside of me. I'll take a drink whenever I need, whenever I have a need. That's what it says. I have a river flowing inside of me. I'll take a drink whenever I need. Y'all I'm messing it up, but y'all get it, right? And it's pretty much saying that he's talking about his spirit being thirsty, his soul being thirsty. My soul is thirsty, but I have a river inside of me. I loved that song. I love that song because a lot of times when we feel dry, when we feel broke down, when we feel doubtful, when we feel fearful, we think that we have to go somewhere and become hydrated and motivated externally. We think that our answers and our solutions are somewhere and we need to be in the right place at the right time around the right people. But there is a wealth of knowledge. There is a wealth of knowing. There is a universe of divinity right inside of you. There is a river flowing inside of me. And I'll take a drink whenever I have a need. Keep a river of wellness. In this excerpt that we read, it said if you focus on fighting the disease will be the outcome. But if you focus on your wellness and your wellness and your win is what you grow. If you have if you have a well of wellness inside of you, a river flowing of positivity, a river flowing of faith, a river flowing of resilience and grace and beauty and light. You don't have to worry about what may go wrong for you because everything that I need, I flow. Everything that I need, I'm overflowing with. Need a little bit of grace? Got that. Need some love and affection? Got that. Need some understanding? I have that. I am a river of abundance. And I not need anyone to take me to a river. I don't need anyone to open up their gates for me to have access to their river. It's nice and lovely if you do, but there is a river flowing inside of me. This is also an attribute. This is also a what is it? Speaking in the direction of life. River is flowing. Flowing water is life. There is life inside of me. I don't ever have to worry about my dreams dying. I don't ever have to worry about my goals failing. I don't ever have to worry about my vision collapsing because there is a life that flows inside of me. So if I access the life that is inside of me, I will illuminate the life that is around me. Okay? There is the river of wellness inside of me. How do I know that? We work diligently at restoring a river of wellness. I don't keep a lot of doubt here. It may seep in. You may start to be like, I don't know. I'm afraid. I'm not sure. I don't keep that there. The well that I keep inside of me needs to be flowing of beauty and grace because when I am low, I will access it and I don't have time to filter what I bring in. So we keep a river of wellness. We listen to the music we need to listen to. We do our rituals and our traditions as we need to. We speak to who we need to speak to. We are around who we need to be around. The things that keep you well, store them in the river of self. So like for me, spending time with my children. Now sometimes, okay, they are river of chaos, okay, but they are good for me. They're good for my development. They're good for my heart. They're good for myself, especially the little ones, right? They have a sense of imagination and hope and love and light in their eyes that contribute to you. River of wellness. I have a circlehood, a sisterhood in a circle. I have a love. I have growth. All of the things that I have that do me well. They mean me well. I keep them as a resource in my river of wellness. Keep a river of wellness within self, because you are going to refer, you are going to have to drink, you are going to have to utilize, you will collapse at the feet of the river inside of self. I promise you. Life is going to be life and all the way to the front door of your manifestation. So you will collapse at the river inside of you. Don't let it be dry. Don't let it be tainted. Don't let it be toxic. Don't let it be negative, and dang sure don't let it belong to someone else. Don't let it be somebody else's river that you collapse in. Have a river of wellness inside of you, a vibrancy, a life source energy inside of you that says, I'm have an outcome. My outlook is the outcome that I see. And when life starts to get a certain way about me, I'm going to go into the river of wellness inside of self. I don't fear what you're saying, your projection. I'm not worried about what I'm seeing, this bill or this negativity. Because there's a river. Marvin said, there's a river flowing inside of me. I have access to greatness inside of me. We don't worry when we have an all access pass. Have you ever gone to a concert and you have all access backstage VIP? You know, you might stand in a line and you have to use the bathroom and the line is long, and you have people that won't get out the line because they don't want to lose their space in line. They want to get a good seat, right? But if you have an all access VIP, you don't. We're good. All right, guys, we are back. That was really weird. What's crazy is that my do not disturb is on. I've gotten really good at keeping that on. So why, when a voicemail is being left in my, okay, we're gonna keep it moving. But thank you for your patience and your love. Okay, you're great with it, because I was definitely sitting here like, what is happening? Okay, we were talking about all access pass. When you have access, you have all the access that you need. You don't worry about being depleted. You don't worry about not having things where you need them to be. When you have an access pass, you go to the bathroom, you go to the concession, and then you still come back to the aisle. You still come back to the concert because you know you're moving to the front. You have access. And this is what a river of wellness inside of self, this is what I want us to be able to actualize and maximize when it comes to manifestation. Understand that you have access to what you need. You need motivation. You have access. I'm going to have a whole fit today. I don't know why do not disturb is on and people are able to call me. What is happening? Don't worry, y'all. I'm about to get all new everything. Don't even worry about it. We about to get all new everything. It's playing with me. But y'all know how I get when it starts playing with me. This is happening. We're doing this today. Okay. River of wellness, all access, create within yourself a sacred space for you to access when you need it the most, because the wellness is what you are going to have to fall back on. All the mornings you got up and did yoga, you're going to need to pull on that. All of the times that you went out and you spoke life to yourself and you affirmed yourself, you went to different types of programs, workshops, concerts, and things that gave you life vibration and motivation, you're going to need to pull on that. All the people in your life that make you feel amazing and big and worthy, and they make you want to do more for yourself and want to do more for them, you're going to need to pull onto that. Lock the greatness in, because the wellness will need to be your focus. See, it'll be easy for me to focus on what may happen instead of focus on these beautiful babies, right? It may be easier for me because I'm getting afraid. It may be easy for me to focus on what I shouldn't do instead of this incredible feeling that I have inside of me of renewal and excitement, right? Excuse me. Keep the river of wellness. Build it up. Keep stock inside of self of things that will help you be good to self. Things that will help you stay centered in self as you move towards your manifestation. And then finally, oh, and I want to give you this, keeping a positive mindset no matter what the reality. And this is, I want to, over the weekend, I would say, me and my bestie went out on Friday evening. On Saturday, no, Friday evening, after we went out, I went and stopped for gas. It was late, but I had a really busy Saturday coming up, and I wanted to get gas early so that I could get the errands going and popping without having to find gas. I live on a side of town where the gas stations are not abundant. Okay, not a lot of them. So where I work and where we went out to eat, there are a lot of gas stations. So I was like, let's go ahead and stop. It's about 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock at night. And I stopped at the gas station, but I'd eaten something in the restaurant that was not really agreeing with me, so I was a little unsettled. Um, I came to the gas pump. I pumped my gas. I got back in. I locked the car, but I was giving myself a minute because I didn't feel like it was good for me to be driving while I was feeling so uneasy in my stomach. I was feeling unsettled, and I was just giving it a minute. I went in my phone, started scrolling or something, giving it a minute. And a man came to the up to the passenger side of my car and started to try to open my car door. He was trying to open my car door. He kept pulling my car door. I freaked out. I started screaming. I started to pull off all of these things. The man put his hands up and he was like, "Hey, I'm sorry, wrong car, wrong car," insinuating that he had thought I was someone else and he was trying to get in my car, that he wasn't trying to be dangerous. Here's the thing, my hands were shaking so bad that I shook almost all the way home. Probably about 10 minutes before I got home, my hands were shaking the whole time I was driving. My heart was racing. It took me a lot to calm down. I wanted to point this out because even if this was an accident, which it very well may have been, someone could have not been intending to cause me harm. Someone may have not been trying to do a carjack or a purse or even worse, right? My body and mind responded to what I knew anyway. It didn't, my mind didn't go to a place of harmony. Maybe it's not as bad as you think. Pause and ask him, is he at the right place? It didn't immediately go to like, this is not a really bad, you don't know how bad this is. Immediately, my mind went to what it knows as far as safety and danger and what I understand about the climate that I live in, right? And the dangers of being a woman out and dark at night. Um, so nothing happens. Give all thanks and praises. Nothing happened. And the doors were locked. I was very protected. And I was covered. You know what I'm saying? And and apparently it was a mistake. It was a mistake. Your mind doesn't do that much processing when you are in a state of need. We are self-preservationists first. Mind, body, soul, and spirit are equipped to preserve life. We are overly protective of self, even if you don't know it or think you have control over it. So your body and your mind do not have enough time to say she's only thinking this way because she's afraid. She's only thinking this way because someone said something. He only feels this way because of what happened to his family and the generational curses. Your mind doesn't have the time to differentiate and demarcate reality. So what I'm saying is that when you are in a space of needing to manifest more, when you are in a space of growth and change and transition, as difficult and as complex as that gets, your brain does not stop and pause when you are in a negative place. When you are afraid, your brain goes into protective mode. And you can mess around and protect yourself from your own dreams, or what I'm saying. You can protect yourself from your next blessing, is what I'm saying. You can protect yourself from your next breakthrough because you can fall back on pain, fear, and trauma very easily as a protective mechanism. And it's there for moments where we need to be safe, okay? Because I wasn't about to stop and figure it out. Figuring it out could have got something very wrong. But what I'm saying, your mind does this all the time. It doesn't do false alarm. It doesn't do almost woulda, shoulda, coulda. Your brain all is in a state of beingness that you are now working to be in alignment with in order to get and be where you need to get and be. But I want you to understand it doesn't stop. I wasn't less afraid because it may have been the wrong car. I wasn't my brain didn't do that. Harmony, before you create a reality, ask some questions and figure it out. That is not how it works. What I see, what I feel. So I need to keep a river of wellness because I'll need to repair myself, because I'll need to heighten my vibration. I'll need to grow myself. A river of wellness. So your outlook is your outcome. Keep a river of wellness. You are going to need to drink from the life of you. You're going to need to drink from your life. You don't like your life, if you're not happy with your life, if you don't feed your life, if you're not growing your life, if you're not refurbishing, revitalizing, renewing your life, when you start to fall, you won't have the river. You won't have a wellness. Keep a well of wellness. Be a well of wellness. It gets rough. You get tested. Okay? The gangster inside of you wants to come out sometimes. I know. I know. But there is a well of wellness that will never allow me to drink bitter. It will never allow me to drink poison. It will never allow me to be disillusioned because I keep wellness. I keep truth. I keep light. I am. Right? I am. And so whenever I start to get a little bit, someone wants to tell me what will be, someone wants to project to me, I have a river that I drink from. Thank you for wanting me to sip from your cup of reality, but I have a river of wellness. And I'm not ever going to be caught up on what is going on around me that I don't resort to the wellness that overflows in me. Keep it overflowing. You can never have too many good times, too many good memories, too many soft spaces inside of yourself, too much anointing, too much blessed, too many blessings, too much divinity inside of yourself. You will need all of it, every ounce of it. So keep a river of wellness and then see for yourself. So not so your outlook is your outcome. You need a river of wellness and see for self. And I'm not saying see for self in a selfish way. I'm not saying when you look out into your vision, when you're envisioning, when you're wanting, look at it for yourself. But what I am saying is we live in a society that is anti-moralistic. We live in a society that is not highly vibrational, that is very much capitalistic and oppressive, and we live in a society that's not great and grand on the high end of things. Okay, and because of how we were groomed and grown, it is not second nature to be your best self for some people, right? In some people, it takes a lot of work. And what I mean by that is like the fear may be first, pessimism may be first, doubt may be first, because you live in a society that you've been exposed to way more than you've needed to, and you haven't had the balance of good that's needed. That's what we're creating right now, right? The balance of good that's needed. You need to be able to envision in a future. You need to be able to envision in a manifestation. And I don't mean a faraway future, next year. No, I mean tomorrow. I mean 2 hours from now. I mean being able to envision for yourself. When you see what you see it for yourself. When I keep this well inside of me, I am seeing things for the betterment of myself. Everything that I envision is for me, right? Again, not selfishly, because self in the cultural sense of things means collective. It means us. It means we. But what I'm saying, see for self, what I'm saying is that if you tell me something, I can't focus on, you tell me something negative, like in the excerpt, it says, if you are sick, let your doctors do the job, you focus on getting well. If you tell me something that is not good for me, something that is not well for me, you have a projection, you have a prediction, and it's scary, and I don't want to hear about it. I don't want no parts of it. Here's the thing, I have to see that outcome. When they say your outlook is your outcome, when I said that, I have to see that for me. Everything I see, if I walk into a new job, I need to see for myself. I need to see myself winning. I need to see myself growing. I need to see myself being appreciated and validated. Um, you know, with the validation, okay? But I need to see myself. When I walk into I go on a first date, I need to see myself in this person's future, safe in this person's presence, a possibility and potential in this person's life, and vice versa. I need to be able to see myself. So I'm not going to focus on the woulda, coulda, shouldas. I'm not going to focus on the what may happen. I'm not going to focus on the negativity, because in my well of wellness that I am building and maintaining and sustaining for self, I am concentrating on being able to see for self. It means that whatever circumstance I am a part of at any moment, at any given time, I see myself in a winning position. You say I can't do it, but that's not how I see myself. You say I can't afford it, but that's not how I see myself. You say I'm not ready, but that's not how I see myself, right? I have to see for self in order to maintain a well of wellness in self. I can't focus on what may not happen. I can't focus on what has how bad it was in the past or how many times it didn't work out for me. I have to see now for self. I'm learning in the process of manifestation as one of my biggest tools is the ability to see for self. There's times we walk in and we say, my friends, my family, my job, I want to make them better. I want to make this good. I want to do good for others. Keep that same energy, okay? Keep that same energy. Okay? We. You know what I'm saying? Keep that same energy. However, where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself in what the doctor is saying? Where do you see yourself in what your mate is saying? Where do you see yourself in what your family is saying? Where do you see yourself in what your home is saying? Your choices, your decision. See for self. I cannot sit here and focus on the doubt, the pessimism. That is what I'll create. All immediately when I start thinking that, well, would it? I have to see for now. I got to see where myself went. I have to see myself at peace. I have to see myself with joy. I have to see myself without regret. I have to see myself. I see for self now. I've learned how to look for what works for Harmony and not get stuck in what won't work for her or what may not work for her, who may be coming for her. I don't have time for that. I have to focus all the powers invested in me into where she is going. My vision is her vibration. And I have to stay on top of that because that's her direction. Your vision is your vibration. Don't let anyone fool you and take you down. And keep that river of wellness for when you start to run dry because you will have more than enough. Bulk up, stock up on the good stuff, okay? So that you can get to where you're going. All right, this went longer than I wanted it to go. I love you all so much. Thank you for joining me for another moment of harmony. You all are truly amazing, super duper great. I am so excited to be joining you next weekend for another moment of harmony. So, right, go on, take really good care of yourself. You're gonna be with some people today. I'm gonna be with some people today. Take good care of them. Take good care of yourself. Love on yourself. Do something that makes you smile. Take a really good picture. Eat something good. What you gotta do? You know what I'm saying? And then, oh, peace, beloved. And then go on out your way and take really good care of someone else. I love you all so much, and I will see you on another moment of harmony. Thank you so much. Thank y'all for all the love. Thank you. Thank you. The king is here.